Hey, what's up guys, the Baltic Commentator here, bringing you guys another bombastic Counter-Strike Global Offensive video, playing the easiest game mode in the game, the Deathmatch, using the M4A1-S, the new assault rifle that was added to Counter-Strike Global Offensive just a few days ago in the Arms Deal update. And I'm a big fan of this update. I really like the new stuff that has been added to the game. I'm a big fan of it, and in this commentary I'm gonna give you guys an overview, not a review, but an overview of M4A1-S. I won't give you guys the specifications of a gun. I will only tell you guys my thoughts about it and do a few tests just to let you guys know what is this weapon all about. Is it strong? Is it weak? What about the recoil? And all that good stuff. Anyway, let's get right into the video and let's do the first test. So as you can see guys, we are playing against harmless bots just to make a simple test. Can the new M4 kill an enemy with a headshot with a silencer on it? Of course all enemies are armed, and seriously, all enemies buy armor nowadays. There's no point to make a test against an unarmed opponent. So now let's just take a look. No, it can't do it. It can't kill an enemy with one shot headshot. Now let's take off the silencer and do the same thing. No, it still can't do that. The new M4, just like the old one, can't kill an armed opponent with one-shot headshot. It doesn't come as a benefit for the new M4, because if you compare to other weapons out there, like the basic M4, the old one, then they did actually pretty similar. And if you get a headshot with the new M4, it still should be an easy kill because it does more than 90 damage. But anyway, now let's do another test, the recoil test. How is the M4 recoil? Well, if you burst fire like this, then of course recoil isn't big, just a small pattern, and the weapon goes upside. But if you spray, then bullets go everywhere, so you definitely don't want to be spraying with this weapon on long ranges, like in most weapons in Counter-Strike. But if you spray on small range, then you will be just fine. You will most likely kill the enemy. But once again, on long ranges, you definitely want to be burst firing. So, in terms of recoil, it actually performs very similar to the old M4. And those were actually the two only tests I wanted to do with this weapon. And just a reminder, this isn't a review, this is an overview. I am not going to give you guys all the statistics. I will only tell you guys my thoughts about the weapon. Do I think this weapon is good? Do I think the new M4 is bad or good or all that stuff? Well, after doing these tests, well, I can conclude that in terms of damage, it performs really similar to the old M4. And in terms of recoil, it also performs very similar to the old M4. The only difference could be the fire rate, but I am not actually sure what fire rate the new M4 has, just because we don't have the statistics yet on Wikipedia, so I can't really check that information. I don't want to give you guys some false information. So, but in terms of everything else, besides the fire rate, the new M4 is pretty much identical to the old one. But the only big difference, of course, is the silencer. If you really like silenced weapons and if you like killing enemies with silencers, sneaky peeky like, then you would definitely want to look at the new M4 over the old one. But otherwise, I really don't see a reason why should I switch from old M4 to the new one, because the damage is identical, fire rate I guess is identical, but I'm not sure about that. And everything else is pretty much identical too. The only difference is the silencer. And also, the new M4 has one very big disadvantage, and it's the magazine size. It's only 20 rounds. I found myself spraying this weapon a lot on close range, and that way just spraying out the whole magazine, and somehow I need to switch to my secondary, and I find myself just needing more bullets for this weapon. So this is the biggest disadvantage this weapon has. And if you guys are the spray kind of people, the people who just want to get on close range gunfights with their assault rifles, then I don't think this is the right gun for you. I really suggest going and switching back to old M4, just because this gun has a very low magazine size. But at the end of the video, we can conclude that both M4s are very similar. The new one, pretty much the only difference is the silencer and possibly the fire rate. But do I prefer the new M4 over the old one? I definitely don't, just because of that magazine size. I just can't imagine myself playing through a full round using a 20 round assault rifle. Man, there's just something wrong with this gun. I really don't understand how people are gonna use this. I think with time people are gonna say that this gun is underpowered just because of the low magazine size. Of course, silencer would benefit me on many different situations, but it's not worth sacrificing the magazine size for the silencer. At least that's my own opinion. Anyway guys, I will be playing around with the new M4 for quite some time, but I ultimately prefer the old M4, at least by now. Anyway guys, it's been the Baltic Commentator. Let me know what you think about the new M4 in the CSGO, and I'll see you all later. Peace.